All right, it's Wombat Jones for Ramen Choke Hold. How are we going here, mate? I am with Alex Volkanovski, 4-0 run in the UFC. Saved his best performance to last, mate. How you doing today?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you very much for doing this, mate. It's my pleasure, trust me. And mate, let's touch on that performance because it was only a couple of weeks ago. I was over there in the crowd watching you do your thing, and I honestly believe that is your best performance to date in your whole career, mate. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I definitely was, especially knowing that he's undefeated. He's 3-0 in the UFC and, he's on the, North America, like, he's from Canada, that part of the world. And, a lot of people were thinking he was a hot prospect, you know what I mean? Like, might not be the most entertaining fighter, but they knew this guy's a grinder and he's going to do really well. And then for me to just, I'm not a cocky person, but to just sort of, whitewash him and sort of, I made it look almost pretty easy and then beat him at his own game. And mate, I was in good nick for that fight. You know what I mean? I haven't had a good camp in the UFC yet. That one was my best, and I still tore my LCL 10 weeks out, and I had like 4 weeks off. But I mean, I was able to still stay strong and got fit, mate. I've done some training over there in New Zealand, and mate, I felt good for this fight, and it showed, as you said, mate. It's probably I've had a lot of people say it was one of my best performances.
And do you see this as, you're proving yourself as one of the elite in the UFC? I mean, now you're on a 14 win streak. You're 4-0 in the UFC, but not only that, you tore the regional scene up before you even got in there. So, do you think you're really starting to prove your worth there?
100%. Yeah, I definitely think that. I reckon I am one of the elite, featherweights in our division. And, man, I believe I deserve a shot. You know what I mean? That's 4-0 in the UFC. I haven't lost a round. Mate, half of them are probably 10-8 rounds. You know what I mean? It's been pretty dominant, and especially taking out one of their hot prospects. We had prospect versus prospect, and I took him out in, pretty wild fashion and made it look pretty easy. I think I'm ready for a top, I'm not a cocky person, but I think I'm ready for, a top fighter. I'm 14 on the trot. There's not many UFC guys. I think there's maybe a couple of featherweights in the UFC that have got there. I think Max Holloway and Brian Ortega and Darren Elkins maybe like got a streak like that. So, you know what I mean? I'm right up there with some of the best, I believe, and it's only time will tell what happens from here. But, I guarantee you, I'm shooting through these ranks quick.
Well, let's talk about a couple of the ranked fighters. I mean, you come out in your post-fight speeches these days, and you're after the bad boys. You're after the ones that like to chirp up a little bit. So only one, I think, took the bait in Feely. He took offence to you calling him a bad boy. But, what are some of the other names that you think that you might want to match yourself up with? I actually think someone like a Yair Rodriguez would be perfect for you. But who's some of the names that you've got in mind?
Well, yeah, as you said, like going on with them call outs, obviously, I was looking down the track as well. So I know Jeremy Stevens, he's fighting. So he's booked, and I'm pretty sure Andre Feely might be fighting. He might be booked as well, and I don't reckon he wants that fight anyway. And he did bite back. Look, I didn't know about him. He does a lot of like charity work, and he's supposedly an all right guy. And my bad. I might have got it a little bit wrong, but I want these, like you said, the ones that like to chirp. That's a good word. I'm going to use that. They like to chirp, and he's one of them. You know what I mean? Like he loves his Twitter beefs and all that. He might be a good guy with a good heart. I don't know him personally, so don't take it to heart that I don't know you. I haven't, sat down and had a fucking coffee with you. You know what I mean? So it's just here. He took it to heart. But I mean, again, I know bloody gangsters that do charity work. You know what I mean? And things like that. So I don't know you. All I see is a bit of media stuff, and like I see your Twitter beefs and all this sort of stuff. And like you told me, sorry for my language, but you telling me to go fuck myself and all that sort of stuff. This is what I want. These are the guys I want. But there are some names out there, man. Yeah, Rodriguez is definitely one of them. I know he's up there. He's coming off a big loss, and he's had 9 months off. So does he deserve a top-ranked fighter straight away? I don't know. I reckon maybe an up-and-comer, and I believe, I'm the one to do it. Prove that you deserve to stay in there by fighting someone like me. Or Doohu Choi, another guy that, you know what I mean? He's coming off 2 losses. He's still highly ranked. And I just think, yeah, again, now that he's coming, he's already fought ranked opponents. Now it's time to maybe show why you deserve to still be there and fight someone like me, another up and comer. And then there's even Mizrad Bektik, another guy. And these are guys that aren't ranked. That's why I'm throwing their names out there because I'm not ranked. Sorry, they are ranked, but they're not booked in that I know of. So I think, they're potential. And I want to fight soon. So these guys are a potential matchup soon. If I can grab one of them, that'd be unreal. Mizrav Bektic, he's coming off a win. And we're both out of the top 10. Let's see who deserves to be in the top 10.
Mate, that's fantastic answer. Now, what I really, really badly want to talk to you about is restoring the order of the greatest TV show ever known to mankind, walking out to the music and putting a win back onto it, mate. Tell me about that. Let's talk about Game of Thrones a little bit.
Oh, mate, I love it. I could talk about this all day. Let's go off topic. It's not even off topic. That's my thing. Oh, mate, I love it, man. I'm a massive fan of Game of Thrones, and I've made tweets about it, and I know, some people might take this pretty bad, but I'm the only UFC fighter because there's a couple that used my song, and I was like, what are they doing? People were raving on about it and carrying on and being like, oh man, how good's that? He's walking out of Game of Thrones. I'm like, what? I've walked out to all my UFC fights like that. But, these guys are, you got your Machida and things like that. So obviously everyone really jumped on board, but they lost. All right.
Big prediction. I want a big prediction from you. What's going to happen final season?
All right. Mate, well, I don't know, man. You never know. Like the way it's looking, obviously Jon Snow and Daenerys are going to end up being up the top. But I mean, he said he's going to have a bittersweet ending, and mate, look at how the whole bloody things went. So you can imagine him just throwing something way out there, and next minute Cersei just wipes them all out, and she wins. That's I'm one of the good guys, so I want the good guys to win. So I'm hoping Jon Snow and Daenerys do it.
Mate, I got a funny feeling you're going to be wrong there. I think it's lights out for them too.
That's what I mean. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, mate, and sorry to cut you off, but yep. I was just going to get back onto your training camp over in New Zealand, which is very rare for you. Normally, you're a Wollongong boy. You love your South Coast down there, but you travelled over to Auckland to City kickboxing with the killers over there. Mate, just touch on that a little bit. What's that like? And, do we have a little bit of Anzac spirit happening here?
Yeah, man, we do. I know them really well. So I've known them for a while. I've trained with Brad Riddell and even Eugene, the head coach, and Izzy I've even trained with before at Tiger Muay Thai. And I know them all. Like even Dan Hooker, sorry, I know. So Kai Kara France, mate, most of them. And they've got some really good guys over there, mate. And very, very high level striking. You've seen, what Izzy done. Very high level striking, and they're smart. You know what I mean? They really look at it all. You got a lot of people that are good at your jiu-jitsu, good at your striking, good at your wrestling, but putting it together is what I'm all. That's what I love about it. And there's levels to this game, and I believe they're on another level when it comes to striking. You know what I mean? And I went over there again. I taught my LCL, and I didn't want to go there too early where I couldn't wrestle and train. So I went there just the week that was my first week back at wrestling. Was that while I was there? So my first week. It wasn't too bad, but I mean, man, they train hard over there. They train real hard, and they got me real good nick, and they played a big part in that performance. So I really want to thank the boys over there, and obviously the high level training partners, and they really put me to work, and it was a success because of it.
And what's it like trying to earn a living and train and all that sort of thing? You're full time now, aren't you?
Yeah, full time. Yeah, it's tough. Even though we're at we're at the pinnacle of the sport. UFC, it's still tough. I've got a family that I look after, and I'm trying to do this full time. And you need to fight regularly, or you need to fight to make money. So you get injured and all this sort of stuff, like I did my last few fights. Most people look, if we were earning a wage and things like that, I probably wouldn't have fought. You know what I mean? I was in a position where there was, you shouldn't be fighting. You know what I mean? Especially when I done my back for the Shane Young fight. I done my back and I was out for 12, 14 weeks, and then I had 6 weeks to try and get fit. You know what I mean? It's things like this, but I had to fight because I needed the money. You know what I mean? We'll run out of money. We're using our credit card towards them last few weeks, and I was like, man, I need to fight. And then when these injuries started happening for that fight, I started freaking out. I mean, this sort of stress shouldn't really happen to someone that's at the elite. We're at the pinnacle of the sport. I mean, this shouldn't really be happening, but I won't get too much into that. But going full time is really, really what steps you up in competition as well. Because I remember when I was training and working, and then I made the decision to go full time and really chase the dream with the support of the family and the wife. It was unreal, and mate, I leveled up straight away. And it makes a big difference. And it's good to know that now that I'm making that little bit more money because I'm fighting, and I just need to stay regular. I've got no injuries, knock on wood. So hopefully that stays, and I fight May or June. and get this ball rolling. Get these top dogs.
So the knee's sweet. We're ready to go again.
Yeah, next week. That I put a photo up. You mean the knee brace? That was at the start because I tore it 10 weeks before the fight. So that I was just saying that I'd done like 1/3 of my camp in that knee brace. You know, it was a couple of weeks when I was in that big knee brace. Obviously, I was in a bloody another little knee brace the whole camp. But you know what I mean? It's just I was just saying like half my camp I wasn't even able to train. You know.
Yeah. So, mate, you're talking about leveling up. You're talking about taking your game to the next level. And I'm from a cooking background. I used to be an executive chef, and what I want to know, I ask everyone this about weight cutting. It drives me insane. I don't know how you guys do it, but how do you go? How do you go about getting your weight on point? And you talked about your family. Does your family help out with that?
I've got it down pat now, actually. So, you know, again, I used to play 97 kilograms. You probably know that at a front rower, you know, rugby league, which is pretty crazy. So obviously, you know, I had to diet to get back down to this weight. But, you know, sometimes you can do it wrong, man. I remember I used to do some of my weight cuts and I've done it all wrong, mate. I've learned the hard way a couple of times. And you know, I mean, right now, I've actually got the Muscle Meals Direct, that they sponsor me. And, mate, it's unreal. I can't believe how much I'm eating and losing weight. And mate, it's a good feeling. So I was having that up until a week out. You know what I mean? I'm eating these big meals. I'm like, this is the best. And I was at a good weight. And it wasn't until that last week where I had to really do the water loading and, you know, the proper weight cut. And you just got it down pat. Like I said, I used to do big, man. I've done seven kilograms in the sauna. So you could imagine what that does to the body. Eating nothing for a couple of days and then putting your body through that and then having to fight 24 hours later. It's not healthy. You know what I mean? Again, I'm a family man. If I kept doing that, you know, I wouldn't be around. You know, there's a chance of me not being around. So you've got to do it properly. It's very important how you do your weight cut leading up to the weigh-in and after. People don't realise how important the reload is.
And you talked about your rugby league, mate, the Warilla Gorillas, I think it is, mate. Why don't you touch on going back to the Gerringong Grand Final where you touched them up?
Yeah, mate, that was unreal. Well, they got us the year before, so we went back and forth with them. But, you know, I think we went 3 years in a row. We made the grand final. We lost 2 of them in a row. So that hurt. You know, that was tough. But, I mean, oh, man, that was the good old days. You know, it's a bit different. You know, I love MMA. I love the fact that it's only me out there. Where, you know, the team sport, I love the camaraderie. I think they got the word right there. I love that. But at the same time, I love the fact that, you know, if I'm having a bad day, that's on me. If I'm having a good day, I'm going to win because of it. You know, where in a team sport, you know, you could play your best game your whole life and then you could still lose because no one else, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that in a bad way, but that's just how it is. But the fact that, you know, when it comes to training, because I always push myself at training, I'm a very motivated person. So, you know what I mean? Knowing that it's me in there and the hard work that I put in is going to benefit me and only me, it's an unreal feeling. I love it. But winning that grand final, I ended my football career on that. And, mate, it's the best. We had a big Mad Monday, mate. Ooh, those were the days.
And you're still kind of in and around the rugby league scene. I mean, you do bloke in a bar with Dan and Camp, and he's all over his rugby league guys. And you still doing that, mate? We can still catch you on that show.
Yeah, you can actually. Obviously, I was really busy with my last fight, so when I had a few weeks off, I'll be getting back into that. But yeah, man, I still connect with all the guys. You know, I'm still local here, so I still see everyone. But yeah, I don't get to watch as many games as I'd like. But I will be definitely this year, you know, watching the big games anyway. Whatever games, when I'm here, a lot of times I'm out. You know, not out like I'm overseas training or something like that. Or, you know, again, when I do go overseas and when I'm back, you know, I want to spend time with the family as well. So I don't like to just dart off. So sometimes I go with the family or watch the game. So that might be what we'll be doing this year.
Just give a quick shout out to your NRL team, mate. Who do you support?
NRL, I'll go the Dragons, local.
Dragons. Keep it down south, brother. Now, mate, have you got anything else going on that you want to talk about? Give a shout out to your sponsors and where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, big shout out to my major sponsor, Southern Cross Industries, Eric. Good man. Thanks for everything. And if you could add me on Instagram and Twitter at Alex Volkanovski and Alexander the Greater on Facebook. And yeah, tune in, man. Big things to come. I'm sure.
Mate, last question, final question. Favorite karaoke song? If I get you rolling drunk down the bar after a win, what are you singing?
Mate, I love a good sing too. I do. I'm actually not a bad singer. Soon there's going to be a video going out of me singing, I reckon. I don't mind a good sing.
Mate, there's definitely one
Mate,
going out now because I'm going to be doing it with you if that's the case.
let's do it. Let's do it, mate. Yeah, no, you know what, mate? I love the soft music, man. And if I have to Boys to Men, you're probably going to be like, what? Boys to Men, back in the day, we used to sing I'll Make Love to You a fair bit.
Mate, I was born in 1981, brother. I love that stuff.
Yeah. So I was singing that with my mates and their guys. But yeah, we're singing I'll Make Love to You together. So I don't know if that's... But anyway, that was the song that we like to sing.
All right, there he is. There's Alexander, the Great Volkanovski. Thanks for spending some time with us, mate. Ramen Choke Hold. We're only just starting out here, so I really appreciate you coming on, mate. And we'll definitely catch up with you, hopefully, before your next fight announcement, yeah?
Yeah, man, for sure. Thanks for having me, man. It was really good. Really enjoyed it, and you're killing it.
Thanks, brother. Talk to you soon.
Champion.